Thank you, Parliamentary Secretary Dean. Thank you so much for being here. And as Tina has said, we are very, very lucky to have a government that supports gender equality and has created this position, and you're doing a phenomenal job. And we have lots of more work to do. So thank you. I am humbled, thrilled, tentative about spending the last 20 minutes with you, doing my best to bring some closure to an incredibly powerful and moving day. I'm also feeling a little bit proud because what I want to do with you has been repeated by so many of our phenomenal speakers today. When we talk about connecting for change, you know, we've heard it's about being open, honest, authentic, seen. It's about tapping into our courage, our bravery. It's about looking across the room, across the table, and seeing not only alignment and allies, but also seeing diversity and being thankful and appreciative of it. It's about owning and celebrating our stories and also being really curious and excited about the stories of other people. You know, I've been described as a bit of a change agent my whole career, but if you ask my brothers and sisters, I've been a bit of a disruptor probably my whole life. And what really motivates me is change that creates a better place for people, particularly when I see people who are being treated unfairly or are being limited or stifled in realizing their potential. And as we heard from Tessa, sometimes that comes from within. Sometimes we stifle our own potential, or we hesitate, or we hold back. For the business leaders, when we were listening to Amara, you know, about learning to be bold in our interactions and our conversation, it comes from our own beliefs and our own willingness to put ourselves out there. So I'd like us to just linger in these next 15 minutes to really connect with ourselves and really connect with each other, to really see and celebrate our strengths, our diversity, our voices, and to look around the room and see and celebrate the strengths and diversity and voices of everyone in this room. So, stand up for change is what we're going to reflect on. How many of you know Brené Brown's work? Yeah, she calls herself a social scientist, and she's famous for this TED Talk around vulnerability. I think we had 3 or 4 of our speakers today talk about vulnerability. But Brené Brown will say that we are hardwired to connect with others. It's what gives us purpose and meaning to our lives, and without it, there is suffering. She'll also say you cannot be connected to others unless you're connected to yourself. You need to do both. And so here's an opportunity to reflect on everything you've experienced today and deepen your connection to yourself, but also connection to others. I'm going to take you through a bit of an exercise. I'm going to invite you to stand up when you hear a statement that reflects who you are, or to put your hand up. Stand up or put your hand up if what I read is something you identify with in yourself. And I'm asking you to do this in a way that's visible so that others can see you as well, and so you can let others see you. And in that, in the courage to be vulnerable and the courage to be seen, you will deepen your connection. And so I'm going to invite you to look around the room and notice, who are you standing with? Who are you raising your hands with? And to be open to what that triggers in you in terms of thoughts or feelings. So are you ready to stand up, be brave, be vulnerable, and deepen your connection to yourself and to connection to the people in this room? Ready? 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 Yes, all right, good. All right, stand up or raise your hand if you play sports. Okay. Play an instrument. Stand up or put your hand up if you're embarrassed to sing or dance. Me too. Stand up or put your hand up if you like cats. Look around the room and notice how many of you like cats. Are you afraid of dogs? Yeah. Stand up if you have a tattoo. Stand up if you have a sister, or hands up. Right? Look around the room. Have a brother. Stand up if you were raised by two parents. If you live with extended family, cousins, grandparents, aunts, or uncles. Okay. Good. Did you notice where you're looking around the table? Also notice in yourself, are you bringing an open mind as you notice what's common and what's different amongst the people in the room? Now stand up or hands up if you have a mentor. We heard a lot about that today. Stand up or hands up if you want a mentor. Yeah, me too. We heard from Maria, you need a board. Know someone who is LGBTQI2S. Stand up if you or someone in your family is LGBTQI2S. Stand up if you've experienced times of feeling unsafe. Stand up if you are comfortable with yourself as you are. Stand up if you have been left out. Yeah. Stand up if you've been singled out. Yeah. Look around the room and notice what's going on for you as well. Stand up if you love someone who lives with alcoholism or drug abuse. Stand up if you've lost a loved one. I have a few more. Stand up or raise your hand if you have clear goals for your future. Stand up if you feel empowered to make a change. Yeah. Stand up if you worry about having enough money. Doesn't matter how old you are. Stand up sometimes if you feel like you don't belong. Yeah. Stand up if you have felt guilty when not happy. We have a lot of work to do around mental health and joy and grief. Stand up if you struggle with mental health. Stand up or hands up if you've witnessed bullying. Stand up if you've been bullied. Stand up if you find it easier to hold back or be quiet. Yeah. Stand up if you've experienced discrimination this year. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just reflect a little bit on that experience. And someone said earlier today to notice those triggers in your body, what's happening to you at a visceral level. And just to close your eyes, and I'm going to encourage you to put your hands on your knees, face down, to ground your energy, to connect to Mother Earth, and to reflect on what you noticed during this activity. What was your reaction to this exercise? Did your heart go up? Did you feel connected? Did you feel ashamed? Did you feel strong? Did you feel weak? Is there a statement that you wish I had read? Something you identify with that I missed, that's important to who you are, to your story? What did you discover about those around you? The people at your table, the people in this room. What did you discover about yourself? Your beliefs, your energy, your assumptions. How did this experience affect your feeling of connection? Connection to yourself, connection to the people at your table, connection to the people in this room, connection to this movement that we're doing together. In order for connection to happen, we have to allow ourselves to be seen, really, truly, deeply seen. This is another quote by Brené Brown. You heard it from Tessa, you heard it from Amara, you heard it from Amira this morning, you heard it from Asha. It's about being seen and letting yourself be seen. I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and consider 3 things. If you want to deepen connection in your lives, I'm going to ask you to find courage. The courage to be seen, the courage to speak up, the courage to notice what's going on in yourself, the courage to stand for purpose, the courage to take risks. I'm also going to ask you to be more curious, to ask questions, to listen deeply, to have an open mind around diversity, to have a thirst and a hunger for diversity, and compassion. And that's compassion for others, but it's also self-compassion and self-love. And so I'm going to ask you to sit knee to knee, as close as you can to a partner, and debrief what happened for you in that experience. To take the time to be courageous and curious and connected and compassionate, to be seen and to see who's across from you. What will you boldly share or explore with the person across from you? What surfaced for you in that experience of standing up and identifying with people in this room? So just take two or 3 minutes to go knee to knee and just say, this is what I felt, this is what I experienced, this is what I wondered, this is how it's impacted my feeling of connection. Let's share. Okay, I'm going to interrupt you. One more quote. Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. Maybe one more. Staying vulnerable is a risk we have to take if we want to experience connection. Through connection, we have power, we have strength, we have unity, we have conviction, we have diversity, we have creativity, we have play, we have energy to truly drive positive change. And so I want you to tap into that energy that grew today, to tap into that inspiration, to tap into that sense of power and purpose that sits within each of you, and talk to the people at your table around the kind of big, bold change that you want to create, that you would be inspired to take a stand for. So imagine what is possible when we deeply connect to others, when we connect the strengths, the superpowers, the diversity, and the stories of this room, and we really stand up for positive change around gender equality. And talk amongst yourself around what is one change that your table would be most inspired to co-create. And you have a piece of chart paper on the floor or the table. You can write on the floor, you can write on the table. I want you to trust your instinct, trust your gut. Don't overthink this. Just throw it out there, be bold, don't hesitate. What is the one change that you would be super, 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 super jazzed to create with the energy in this room? Write it down, color it up, go like crazy. You've got 3 minutes to be big and bold, interrupt each other, challenge each other, capture these big ideas. 3 minutes, go. Yeah, let's write as big as possible so we can see it. And don't hesitate to color, draw balloons, draw happy faces. Write big words, underline things, star things. Use every emoji you can think of. Be bold. Challenge each other. Come on, this is not a time to hold back or be polite. Let's be bold. Let's leverage this energy. Okay, 1 more minute countdown. Big, 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 bold change. If you have it done, I want you to sign your name, put your initials, own this change. And then I want to see what happens when we put all of these changes together. So, select one person at your table to grab that piece of poster paper. Make sure your change is written on there. And I want you to come up and run up in front of this purple screen and stand together and hold your poster up loud and proud so we can see what your change is. Come on up, bring your poster, and let's see what 140 big, bold changes we for she look like. Let's see what bold action looks like when we connect for change. Come on up. Bring your runners. Let's go stand in front of this purple curtain right there. That's perfect, right there. Woohoo! Hold it up. You want to go try and just talk to people maybe? Well, and Brianna might come and interview you or read some of them while we're coming. 140, let's see what 140 big, bold ideas look like. We're connecting 1,400 people for change. That's right, let's go, let's go. Woohoo! Layer up. Can you fire up Brianna's mic? Brianna, why don't you read some of those to us? Ask a few people what they've got written.
I see commit for change. I see end the wage gap. I see empower others. Female Prime Minister, communication, be bold, community, where no little girl feels like she fits into a box. Be creative. Oh my God. Paint the walls with kindness. See your worth. Being vulnerable and women supporting women.
Let's get in there, lie on the floor, get close. Cluster up, let's see it.
Diversity, be bold. Does that say ducks?
Did it say ducks?
Yeah, ducks.
Ducks, woohoo, ducks. What else do you see, Brianna?
Building real relationships, equality. Oh, I love this. Fearlessly be you.
What else? What else do you see?
Let people know they're not alone. Honesty, helping each other, positivity, mental health. See your worth. Yeah. Own your worth.
Woohoo! All right. This is amazing. Okay, if you've got your phones, take them out or not, but this is what happens when we bring our whole self. We're authentic, we're real, we see people, and we let ourselves be seen. This lets us deepen connection, and when we connect, we can change the world, and we can change for gender equality. So give yourself a giant round of applause. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing.
Well done, everyone.
And you can still record your idea. You can log on to Slido. Not only would I love to see you capture what your table committed to, but also to say what you personally are going to do to connect for change. Each one of us can do this. So please visit Slido. Let's get all these ideas down. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to call Jill and Lois back up to wrap us up.